Many manufacturing facilities are beholden to regulations set forth by various governing bodies depending on what they produce, and maintaining compliance is paramount to ensuring that they can continue to do business. KMM Group, located in Hatboro, Pennsylvania, is a manufacturing facility that works with the aerospace, medical technology, defense, high-tech, and space exploration industries. And what was once 3 separate business units came together under the same roof for the first time in April 2024. Now, this change presented KMM Group with a new challenge: managing its visitors in a way that allowed them to maintain critically important compliance with regulations like ITAR, the International Traffic in Arms Regulations, which covers various defense-related products and services. KMM Group leaders realized that their old paper logbooks weren't going to cut it in their new state-of-the-art facility, so Eric Wilhelm, president of KMM Group, led the charge for finding a better solution.
When you have a larger organization, you start to realize there's a lot more things that may have been simple to control by paper when you were smaller. And when you become larger, it just doesn't become viable anymore.
So Eric tasked Charlotte Copens, a receptionist within the organization, with finding a technological solution that would allow visitors to check in digitally. With the number of people who came through the facility as new customers or quality auditors, KMM Group was looking for very specific features in a visitor management system that adhered to the strict ITAR compliance regulations. Now also, in addition to visits from auditors and customers, KMM Group receives many visitors due to their community outreach.
We could know that a group of people were coming in advance, shoot them a link, they could take care of everything in advance and just come in. And the process was quite quick.
As Charlotte began her search for a new solution, she created a detailed list of the features she knew KMM Group needed for its check-in process.
So I was looking at contactless check-in. I was looking at customizable badges, making sure that we can capture photo IDs and pictures of our visitors, as well as having them sign any agreements that we have. So we have several agreements, NDAs, ITAR agreements that we have to have everybody sign. So I was looking at those check marks, making sure that your product had it, and making sure that it integrated with what our staff needs, like Teams, Google Drive, Dropbox, making sure that we can back up those documents as well.
As it happened, the receptionist for iPad met all of Charlotte's criteria, but what helped her make the final decision had less to do with technology.
Well, your customer service by far passes every other. I mean, I looked into probably 3 or 4. I kind of narrowed it down at the end to 2. But your customer service is absolutely amazing. So that really, really pushed me over a little bit.
Implementation was also a breeze for Charlotte.
Oh, it was easy. It was really, really seamless. Once I talked to your representative and got the iPad in here, we set it up right away, and I was able to go in, load up our agreements, and it was running within a day.
As the marketing director for KMM Group, Amy Rogers also leans on the convenience of the receptionist for iPad. When the facility hosts large numbers of visitors, as it did at KMM Group's ribbon-cutting ceremony in April 2024, they found check-in to be fast, simple, and of course, compliant.
We had a huge ribbon cutting event back in April that hundreds of people were invited to, including government officials. And we needed to make sure, again, that we were still compliant with ITAR and all of our requirements for that. And so it made it really easy to be able to send out, a series of emails to our guests and say, hey, skip the line, go ahead and register virtually, fill out our paperwork. And it made it so much more smooth to check everyone in on the day of the event, to have it was like 40% of our guests were able to go ahead and check in prior to the event.
Once people started to arrive and use the system, it became clear to the team that they had made the right choice by switching from their old paper logbooks to digital check-in software.
It shortened the line considerably and made it so much easier to get that whole process done and make sure that people weren't, starting to get antsy or irritated to get, into the event, waiting in line. So I loved the virtual quality of it, the ability to just have them scan the QR code when they showed up and get their temporary badge printed out. And we had all of their paperwork ready to go.
Eric, Charlotte, and Amy all agree that it's necessary to prepare for any type of software implementation, including a visitor management system.
One of the things I've just learned with any acquisition of, a software, a system, whatever, is really document your process first and really understand your process and try to figure out how, the product in the marketplace aligns to your process. Obviously, with canned type of products that are out there, you're going to have some flexibility to accept a workaround. But if you can get 100% fit because your process and understand how the product is going to fit within your organization and your processes, I think that's the way to get a win. And I think we got 100% win with your product. Absolutely great.
I would definitely recommend the Receptionist, especially for facilities that have those requirements where they need to have documents signed up front before a visitor can enter the facility. We, as Eric stated, we have lots of community involvement. We have a lot of visitors. We have customers, and as well as students and other officials that visit our facility. And having this virtual check-in has been invaluable.
If you'd like to see how the Receptionist for iPad can help keep your staff focused on the most high-value tasks, like, say, maintaining regulatory compliance, start a 14-day free trial by going to thereceptionist.com/free trial.